Danny.
This is Lauren.
Welcome to the Butterfly Effect podcast.
We are two wellbeing besties here to have a little chit chat about the nitty gritty shitty of healing, all things wellbeing and what it's like being a young female entrepreneur just doing their best and figuring it out as they go.
Through this, we are on a quest to encourage and inspire women to spread their wings to grow, transform and heal.
Be sure to like and follow the Butterfly Effect podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes will be dropping every Wellness Wednesday.
And you can also follow us at butterflyeffect.pod on Instagram. Send us your questions, send us your stories. We can't wait to get to know you.
Let's get chatting.
Oh my goodness, I am gonna give myself such an ick with this. Okay, hello. Happy Wellness Wednesday, everyone. It is Lauren coming to you with a solo episode. This was not part of the plan. I'm going to be completely honest here. Danny and I have done such a good job so far in getting content out on a weekly basis, recording episodes and keeping it consistent for you. And we'd planned it so well so that whilst she was away and before I went away, we would still have episodes coming out to you. However, unfortunately, upon listening back to the original recording of this episode, the audio was pants, to be honest. And actually, I'm going to take the rep for it because I think it's my fault. It is my fault. Basically, I had found this software on my laptop that I'd forgot I had, that I used during lockdown to record class content, to record yoga classes, to then put up on things like YouTube and to send out to different clients and whatnot. And I saw it and I was like, oh my God, great. This can really clear up our audio. It'll come through so much clearer. So I tested it out and said to Danny, it's so much better. It's going to improve the content so much more. She was on board. She was like, yes, she put a full trust in me. And, and then we get to recording. And it all seems so fine. And by the way, our morning when we originally recorded this episode was so stunning, as Danny had completely surprised me with a 30th birthday breakfast, because that was the last time we were going to see each other before she went away and then before I eventually go away as well. And I walked into her lovely home and she had these 30 confetti everywhere. There was mimosas, there was a little pan of chocolat with a candle, there was birthday banners. Honestly, she went the whole 9 yards. There was a little card, some flowers waiting for me. It was so stunning. And what did I turn up with? I had a singular card because I am that good of a friend. But you know, those people are just so good at gifting and so good at hosting. Danny is one of those people. And yeah, she owns it. So yeah, the setting for recording was just stunning. And we record a whole episode, we listen back to the first few minutes and it all seems fine. So we thought, okay, great. So we packed up our things, we went about our day, and then it came to me editing it, listened to the first few minutes, and then it decides to cut giant chunks of our dialogue out. And you know when you've mucked up and you have to send that message to the person being like, I'm so sorry. But you know how we recorded an entire episode? We're gonna have to scrap it. That sending that message, sending that voice note to Danny while she's on holiday living at large in Abu Dhabi and just just having to break the news was soul destroying. So yes, I'm recording an episode today solo, which feels very strange, and also mad props to anyone that does have a solo podcast because it is so challenging. And it's actually again reminding me of lockdown times where I recorded class content where I was teaching no one. I had no bodies in front of me and I just had to completely imagine and think of all the possible cues to say, all the possible options to say. And it is actually so challenging. So I'm going to do my best not to waffle on whilst I'm essentially talking to myself and try not to give myself the ick at the same time. But fortunately, the setting of this podcast is kind of the same because I'm still in Danny's house. I'm still with Chippy. He's currently having a little snooze on the sofa and I'm hoping he's going to stay like that for the entirety of this recording. He's actually curled up in a little sausage roll. He looks very cute. Yes, I've been staying at Danny's the past couple of days because I have been dog sitting for her, which has been lovely. It's just fully emphasised that I'm so ready for dog mum life someone just please get me a dog. That is all I want. That is all I need in my life right now. So yeah, setup is still the same, and also we are going to still be hearing from Danny today. So what she has done is she has sent me a couple of voice notes, and she also sent me a video this morning because it is her birthday. As of today, we are recording on her birthday, or I am recording on her birthday. So she sent me a little birthday video that I'm gonna play on here, which I thought would be really, really cute. So yes, all is not lost. It's okay. It's going to be fine. I'm just going to keep telling myself that. And it's all going to be okay. So let me find this little video from Danny this morning. She is living it up large. Literally, this video, she's by the pool. She's got a cozy on. She's got some drinks. She is living it up.
Angel! I'm just at a little beach club. I've had a couple of little cheeky drinks into this little pass. This little baby gets me free drinks from 12 to 4, so that's ever so fun. But we're having a lovely time. Thank you for the lovely video of Chippy. That made me so happy, and your song topped all. I love you. Can't wait to catch up. Have the best time when you are in Milan. I can't wait to hear all about it. I love you so much. I'm so grateful for you. And thank you for my gorgeous, gorgeous card this morning. I opened them when I was just like at home not at home, I was in the hotel and in my bedroom, and it was a whole vibe. Thank you.
So cute. I can't believe that wristband she got has given her free drinks for hours. I want to know what the result of those free drinks looks like. But yeah, it sounds like she's having the best time out in Abu Dhabi. Incredible. And the beauty, I suppose, the positive to be taken from the fact we're having to re-record this episode is that it's a similar format to last week. Last week, as you guys have hopefully already heard, I interviewed Danny again as we were celebrating her birthday. And I was asking her some questions about her intentions for her 29th moving forwards. So similar format in that Danny has asked me some questions for my 30th. I'm turning the big 3-0, or by the time you guys listen to this, I will have turned 30. And if I really sit and think about it, I feel good about it. I know deep down I'm so ready to be 30, and I'm so ready for this new era. But God, like there are some thoughts that really sneak in, like, you know, when they say like when you turn 30 your body just starts getting so creaky. Like I just find myself walking around just making all these old lady noises, like just groaning, being like, oh, everything hurts. Which is not good, saying I'm a yoga teacher, but c'est la vie. But yeah, no, there are a few thoughts and a few pressures, I suppose. Like there's the societal pressure that you were meant to have everything sorted by your 30s. And like, I do not. To put it quite plainly, I absolutely do not. But I'm actually so happy and I'm so thankful for how this last year in my 20s has been. And I'm so ready to enter this new era. My 20s was a time where I was just, I was doing all the things I thought I was supposed to do. And I was kind of going through that checklist of things that you're apparently supposed to do. But at no point did I actually stop and ask myself whether I wanted to do any of these things. I had the relationship, I had the career, I have had the home, and I was just, building upon that. And then it's like, hang on, is this actually what I want it to be? Like my world was so small, and I really, really felt this so strongly this past year. And even going forwards, I'm continuously being reminded of it. Like my world was so, so small. And then last year, it just suddenly, like my world just got so much bigger, and there's so much potential, there's so much opportunity, and I'm just blooming excited to see where it takes me. And I hope you guys will join me for the ride. So yeah, feel good about turning 30. I think Danny has another little message as another little intro to the episode. So let me bring up this voice note.
Good evening, my lovely. I hope you are well. I'm going to be sending over our little podcast reenactment questions. As I know, we had a little failure, but I'll just give you a little rundown of what we've been doing today. Hello, Butterfly Fit listeners. If you're listening, hello, hi, from Abu Dhabi. I'm finally here. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm really, really, really excited. We've had a really fun day today of doing lovely touristy stuff. We did a guided tour. We went to the Grand Mosque. It was just a beautiful experience, and now it's the end of the day. It's about 11:30 at night here, and we have just come back to our room, having a herbal tea on the balcony, chilling the vibes. As Lauren's probably explained, we had a little hiccup on the podcast, episode 10, and it's Lauren's big 30th birthday recording, so we're going to do it again, just with a slightly different little twist on.
Bless her, bless her. So she sent me that last night in anticipation of me re-recording today. All right, so let's get going with the first question.
Now, I believe that energy is absolutely everything, and I'm pretty sure Lauren does as well. So, do you believe in be the energy you want to attract? And if so, how would you like to implement this for your 30th year?
Okay. Do I believe? Well, I definitely believe in the law of attraction to some extent. I don't know if any of you guys have read the book called The Secret. Oh, I can't remember for the life of me who it's by. Is it like Rhonda Byrne? I might have got that completely wrong. But yes, if you know the book, you know exactly what I'm on about. And that is essentially all about the law of attraction. And I remember reading that a good few years ago. I remember it was like all the rage. It was like, yeah, it was a big trend that people were reading it. And I'm not gonna lie, I really struggled to get through that book. I don't know whether it's because of the examples that were used, just a lot of it just didn't really sit right with me. But yeah, I 100% do believe in that the energy you put out there, you receive back tenfold. Not necessarily in the same form or in the same format. It could be in multitude of ways, but yes, what you put out and your thought process, your perspective definitely has an effect on what you receive. Mindset matters 100%. And sometimes that kind of gets twisted into almost like toxic positivity, right? Thinking that you have to be positive and you have to think about something in a positive, happy light all the while, when that's absolutely not the case. We all have our moments where things feel down, dark, stagnant, stuck. And yes, sometimes you actually just need to be with it, just need to sit with it and know that ultimately you will move through that at some point. And that's not to say by sitting with it and by observing it, you're going to be inviting more in. Actually, it's sometimes in sitting with it and letting it be, you kind of move through that sticky patch, maybe more quickly. I don't know. There's no right or wrong. But yeah, I think there's a fine line between like believing that what will be and, you know, actively putting out the right intentions. And then, yeah, that toxic positivity. There is a fine line there for sure. But how am I going to use this in my 30th year? Bloody hell, I have no idea. How can I use this? Well, I suppose there's a few things I want to perhaps manifest in this next year. I've got a few plans. There's a few things that I want to make happen. Lots of you have been hearing me discuss boat life. Yeah, there's some big changes I want to make this year for sure. I want to change my living situation. I've been in my flat for a long time and I adore my flat. It is a gorgeous, cozy, safe space, and it's really been a safe space for me as life has been quite turbulent. But I feel like I need some freshness. I need a new space, and I need that space to be something that I can really harness and really make my own. So yeah, that's one thing I'm kind of looking at. Could be a boat, I don't know, we'll see. My mother thinks I've gone absolutely batshit crazy when I talk about this, and I think my dad is more on board. He's kind of like, okay, maybe, as long as it's actually going to be beneficial for me. But I think at some point my dad just gets really sick of my shit. He's just like, Lauren, leave me alone, do some research, figure out, then come back to me. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I want to manifest some change, living situation. There's some work bits that I'm thinking of as well. Again, I feel like I've been playing work and like my career just kind of small. like kind of small scale. I'm just like, how can I take things bigger, you know? And yes, I'm very proud of like what I have created so far, but I'm also like, okay, what else, you know? And I think that's good to be motivated in a way, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that looks like yet. Okay, let's move on to the next question.
And this podcast is sponsored by us. We would love to invite you to one of our upcoming events this year.
On the 22nd of November, join us for the Calm Collective Collaboration, a 90-minute extended practice of nourishing yin yoga and self-massage, all within Verve Wellness Studio at Bedford Heights.
And on the 15th of December, we would love to hold space for you in our upcoming Winter Solstice celebration, an evening retreat at the Grange in Milton Ernest, the ultimate gift to yourself amongst a busy festive period.
To find out more, visit the links in the episode description, and we really hope to see you there.
Woo!
What healthy habits have you adapted into your routine over the last 5 years?
What healthy habits? Did you say 5 years? 5 years, okay. Interesting. I remember when Danny originally asked me this question in the original recording, and at the time I was like, okay, I know exactly why you've asked me this. And she was like, why? I don't know why I've asked you this. Yeah, healthy habits. Journaling definitely is one of them. I have this gorgeous 1 line a day diary that's like 5 years long. So every day for 5 years, you write a little line in, and you can kind of see how over the course of time, how your life changes in a way. And actually it's quite funny because I started that diary in 2016, and it's actually when I was just getting into my big relationship at the time, and then I didn't really pick it up like in 2016. I wrote a few entries in, and then I like left it, didn't touch it, and then 2023 happened, my relationship ended. That's when I started picking up that diary again and adding in these little notes at the end of each day. And actually so interesting seeing that difference from 2016 Lauren to 2023 Lauren. And it's like the beginning of a relationship, the end of that relationship, and how like my mindset is now. It's just so different. And then Danny has definitely been the one to get me into journaling for sure. I never really considered it as part of my practice. It was nothing I don't know, like it's that age old thing where you feel like, okay, what do you write about? Yes, there's prompts, and yes, it can encourage you to think, but I've never really seen the benefit in writing it all down. Nowadays, 100% I feel that, because like my brain gets so busy, so full. And especially when I was feeling some really heavy thoughts, it benefited me so much to actually get that all out onto paper and process it and then reframe it. Apparently I'm quite good at reframing things and being able to see some sort of light and like see some sort of positive outcome. Like, yes, I went through something very challenging, but as a result, look what I have now, you know? So yeah, journaling, for example, would be one of the things I've definitely found. And then also something that has happened in the past year is that I hate using the word like transformation, because honestly that gives me the ick and makes me want to vomit slightly. But my body has changed in this past year, and when I was going through this process, I was getting all these questions like, what's your secret? What are you doing? Like, tell us what you're doing. Are you on some sort of diet? What's happening? And honestly, I know it was all said with love, but I have never felt more uncomfortable, because I just felt like I'm not the one to be offering like dieting and nutrition advice, or even like exercise or weight loss, but I am not the one to be asking. Go see a qualified nutritionist or a personal trainer, because I don't have those qualifications. That is not me. But when people were so like invested and so like really wanting to know what my secret is, I'm just like, I don't know. I went through a breakup, like like that's what happened. But the more I sat with it and the more I kind of thought about it, I suppose I changed my eating habits. So whereas before finished teaching a class, I'd come home at like 8, 9 o'clock at night. That would be when I'd have my main meal, and then it would just be kind of like sitting heavily. Now I've completely switched it around, so I have my main meal during the day, and that just feels so much better for me. It fits better into my lifestyle, into my routine. But again, that's a perfect example how it's not a case of like one size fits all. It's about finding the routine that works for you and creating these new healthy habits. It doesn't matter what I'm doing, it doesn't matter what the person next to me is doing, as long as you are eating intuitively and working out intuitively and moving your body in a way that you know is going to benefit and serve you, then nothing else matters. And that's just something that was really on my mind in this past year. Because yes, I've got to this point where I am the healthiest, the strongest, like I just feel really good in my own skin. So yes, I'm really thankful for that. But it's a case of kind of finding out what's going to work for you. And yeah, there was a whole process I went through, because I was receiving all these comments where I was like, wow, you look so different, you look so good, and like, oh, even like repeating it just makes me feel really awkward. And I just feel like unless you have been invited into the conversation, we shouldn't be making comments about people's bodies. You know, I just don't think, unless it's someone you really trust, someone you really like care for, you really admire, you really love, I just don't think we should be commenting on bodies that aren't our own, you know? But as I say, I know all these comments that were made to me in the past year were sent with so much love. It kind of made me feel like, okay, so apparently I look good now and I'm worthy of these comments now, but does that mean I wasn't worthy of it before? Like, and it kind of made me really think about me before, and I was like, oh shit, was I not like good enough or something? Yeah, it was a whole process that I had to go through, and it was really sticky, but yeah, as I say, I'm all the better for it now, and I'm so thankful for it now. But yeah, that was a wild time, wild time. Anyway, let's move on. I am waffling. Goodness. Okay, what's next?
What are your favourite wellbeing activities that you do on a regular basis to keep yourself grounded?
Okay, favorite well-being activities. I mean, this is an easy one. Yoga, movement, for sure. Movement is my meditation. I was actually having this conversation with a person. They were saying that, you know, sometimes meditation can be really tricky, but it doesn't have to be, you know, sat still in a completely quiet space, because, you know, that's not always going to work. That's not always going to be what you need. So movement for me is definitely my meditation. I'm pretty sure you guys all know this. I'm always moving my body in some way, shape or form. And I'm one of those people that actually does struggle to sit still unless I'm in a yoga class myself, like if I'm participating and someone tells me like, Lauren, just be, like, because whilst I'm giving others the permission to just be, it's very difficult for me to actually take that advice myself. It's the old adage of like, you know, practice what you preach, you know. But yeah, movement. What else would I say? Like solo adventures has definitely helped me heal a lot. It's helped me like stand on my own 2 feet a lot, and create opportunities for myself. Yeah, because, you know, the past year is the first time I've been completely on my own. And actually my 30th, how I'm celebrating it, is the first time I'm going to be completely on my own. Yes, I'm going to be spending my 30th in Milan, in a new city that I've never been before, with no one I know around me. And that is daunting, that is terrifying, but also I'm so excited for it because I have created this opportunity for me. And like, how mad is that? And again, it just comes back to the fact that my world before was so small and I wouldn't do these things for myself. Now I can't imagine life without doing these things. Even if it's just taking myself to the coffee shop and working from a coffee shop for an afternoon, to like exploring somewhere new and just getting myself outside and appreciating the sunlight, or appreciating all weathers, all seasons, that has been incredibly potent for me. And I will, yeah, I will actually never stop shouting from the rooftops that everyone should be, yeah, just exploring the world. And you know, because there's so much to see, there's so much to do. Life is, I'll say the phrase that I always say, life is delicious. Eat it up, honeys. Okay, let's move on.
As you're going into your 30th year, what would you say your main focus is at the moment?
Okay, my 30th year, what would I say my main focus is? Well, I kind of already mentioned it. Change. Yeah, I'm really craving some sort of change. And I like some days I see it so clearly. I can picture myself in a year's time. Maybe I'm living on a barge. Maybe I've moved out of my flat. Maybe I've made some big work things happen. Maybe Danny and I have grown the podcast. You never know. But yeah, I think this new era is going to start with some change. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say on that one for now, I think.
And finally, what would 30-year-old Lauren say to 20-year-old Lauren? What lessons have you learned along the way? Girl, we want to hear it all.
Oh. You guys might remember last week I answered Danny a similar question. I asked her what would 29-year-old Danny say to 19-year-old Danny. I think so, or maybe it was the other way around. But yes, what would 30-year-old Lauren say to 20-year-old Lauren? Or it's really tricky to answer this question because 20-year-old Lauren doesn't know what's coming yet. She doesn't know how this decade is going to unfold. She's going to have to move through some really tricky, shitty situations. It's so weird talking about it by myself because, like, yeah, I still, like, it gets me a little bit choked up. I would say to her to stay soft, to keep that softness, to keep that open heart, to trust your intuition, trust your gut, because your gut never lies. To stay soft, to keep that softness in my heart, that open heart, because life is going to throw you a few spanners. Nothing is going to turn out how you expect it to be, but that is okay. That is more than okay. And like, know that she has the resilience, the courage, the grit to move through whatever is coming her way. And this isn't just a message to my 20-year-old self, this is a message to everyone. Because we all have that, and I say it in class, we all have that place of personal power, just sometimes it gets buried beneath all the extra stuff that we pile on top. But that softness is so key. When things happen and they kind of throw you off kilter and you have to build this kind of hard exterior, right? You have to almost like toughen yourself up. It's like putting on this armor. It's this armor that we gather over years and years of just trying to figure things out and trying to move through this shit. But that softness, keeping that softness is actually the most challenging thing you could possibly do, but it's going to serve you in the long run. Keeping that harsh exterior and continuously wearing that armor is only going to wear you down further. Like, it's going to get to the point where it just feels so heavy and you're going to have to shed the weight of it at some point. So yeah, softness is strength. Strength is softness. Yeah. And like, as long as I feel like I've got everything I need. As like, I said this to myself the other day and I'm going to say it here because I think everyone needs to hear it. As long as I have food in my belly, a roof above my head, and love in my heart, that is everything. That is absolutely everything. And it comes in all forms. So yeah, 20-year-old Lauren, you got this, girl. You're all good. All right, I think there's maybe one more voice note. What she said here.
Lauren and I both feel that this Scorpio energy is putting a fire in our bellies. We are so excited for 2025. We've had loads of wonderful ideas. We can't wait to share with you. We hopefully will catch up with you when we're both back from our trips. We're bound to do an episode on roundup of the birthdays, but we really hope you enjoy this time. We've also done for ourselves some little journal prompts that we're going to be sharing on the grid. So please keep an eye out for those, and it might be worth dropping them a little save when your birthday comes around to feel quite reflective on the year that you've had.
Oh, beautiful. Yes, so we are going to be doing those journal prompts. Hopefully Danny is doing hers today as I'm recording on her birthday. I'll be doing mine on my birthday on Saturday. Eek! From Milan. Wild, crazy. Well, I hope this has gone okay. I hope you guys have enjoyed listening to little old me just waffle on for I think half an hour now. But yes, Danny will be back with me next week. We'll be doing a big catch up, a big debrief on both of our trips. And yeah, it'll be so lush to have my soul sister back with me. It feels like I'm missing a limb right now, and I think Chippy feels the same. Oh my goodness. Okay, thank you so much, loves. Again, apologies that this is a re-recording and Danny's not here with me, but as I say, we will make up for it next week. But yes, in the meantime, please do rate and review, like and subscribe, all the things on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, wherever you might be listening. And don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram at butterflyeffect.pod. All right. Oh, I'm going to wrap this up now. I can't believe I've managed to do this, and hopefully I've not given myself the ick so bad. Right, okay, goodbye!